Hello, everybody. This is Gail Martin and Morgan Brice, and today I want to take you on a tour of Cape May, New Jersey. Now, this is where the Treasure Trail series is set. I'm so excited to take you here. I discovered Cape May, New Jersey when our oldest daughter and her fiance wanted to get married there. And so we went up a couple of times, first to scout locations for all kinds of good stuff, and then for the wedding itself. So we ended up spending better part of 2 weeks there, and I would go back in a heartbeat as soon as the current unpleasantness is over. So let me zoom out here and show you a little more of the general area that we're going to be visiting today. Now, Cape May does not have a boardwalk like Myrtle Beach or like Atlantic City. It does have a asphalt raised road that is not open to vehicular traffic. It's for walking, and it is behind the dunes to the beach itself. So you can walk along this road that also kind of works as a seawall, I think, and see the beach, roller skate, skateboard, all that kind of stuff. And then you can walk through access points to the beach itself. Of course, it's a northern beach versus a southern beach, and there are differences. Not only, well, Myrtle Beach, southern beaches, you're going to see beach chairs and a lot of beach umbrellas. One thing with Cape May is they have these little portable cabanas that are basically a framework with a striped yellow and white tent laid over it, which is sort of a old school beach chair kind of thing, gives it a very Victorian sense. And that is one thing you're going to see in Cape May is a lot of beautiful Victorian houses that are extremely well cared for. It is rumored to be an extremely haunted location. Craig McManus is the resident ghost whisperer. He's written 3 or 4 books on the ghosts of Cape May, excellent books. And if you like the Treasure Trail series, I highly recommend looking at Craig's books because he takes you to real locations with the permissions of the location owners and tells you the story and tells about his experiences there. He's not a ghost hunter in the sense of the stuff you see on TV. He does seem to be a genuine medium who gets impressions from the ghosts, and the stories are absolutely fascinating. So now that you kind of see this neck of Cape May, Trinkets, which is Erik Mitchell's shop, is located on the main section of the downtown. In my mind, he's in one of the converted Victorian houses on one of the side streets. Nolan Rental Real Estate is going to be right on that main street there. There is actually a rental real estate place on that main street. So in my mind, that's Nolan, and that's Ben's place. But let's introduce you to Cape May, which is now one of my all-time favorite places. And of course, I don't take these pictures. This is Google Earth, and these pictures have been uploaded by people. So you are seeing what people have chosen to upload. But immediately you see some absolutely huge and gorgeous Victorian houses. Lots of hotels. Of course, there's a year-round population, so you have all the things. There we have one of the cabana type things. Here's the downtown. It is not an organic downtown in that it is definitely set up to be a promenade, a street, pedestrian friendly downtown, but it has all kinds of really wonderful shops and boutiques and restaurants and ice cream places. And so it is a lovely place to take a stroll. Here you have the watchtower on one side, and you have the Cape May Lighthouse, which figures prominently in Blink and is even on the cover. Of course, lots of beach shops. Back one there, because I believe we are in, this is one of the Cape May houses. Got some wilderness and some nature preserves there. It's a beautiful walking city. So Let's drill down a little bit and look at the Cape May Lighthouse itself. Now, of course, Monty Clark is the lighthouse keeper, and he is actually getting his own longer short story for a project that I'm doing for next year. So you got to wait till next year, but he is getting indeed his own story. Now, I want you to take a look at a couple of things here. Here is the Cape May Lighthouse. Here's the observation deck. There is also a World War II vintage watchtower that is a little further down here. I'll go back. And this is the bunker. So if you read Blink, John Richards gets shot at the bunker, and this is the bunker. During World War II, it was actually, there was more beach in front of it because there's been erosion. There were 2 other sites that have now been completely swallowed by the changing shoreline. This has 22 rooms in it. We will see a close-up of it later. I don't think it goes inside, although we might find some Urban Explorer footage later on YouTube that will do that. At the time of the war, it had some massive guns. It was intended to hold off an invasion, which never happened. So the guns never actually fired. They're gone now. And it was completely covered with sod. So it was a lot more stealth than it is right now. It was also higher off the beach, but changing shorelines over the last 70 some years have changed all of that. Let's take a look. There we have the bottom of the Cape May Lighthouse. Again, I don't take these pictures. There we have it against a sunset, kind of the view from the top. That is Sisters of St. Joseph's. That's going to be showing up in another book. I get an aerial view there of some of Cape May. It's a beautiful lighthouse. You can see that it's been there for a while. It's now part of a national park. There we have the rotating light inside. It is still a working lighthouse. I don't know why this is glitching so much, but it's not. Stop. There's the bunker. It is boarded up, sealed up. You can't get inside. I would not recommend climbing on it, but it's pretty solid, and it was built to be self-sufficient, and it's pretty amazing. Birdhouses. I don't know why this is glitching and going past things so quickly, but Cape May does have a legit gorgeous beach. Here you get a chance to see some of the other New Jersey lighthouses. You know, North Carolina gets all the glory for lighthouses, but New Jersey has some really nice ones. And so let's look next at that bunker, Battery 223. And again, you can see proximity here. So we are a bit away from downtown where Trinkets would be, but we are very close to the lighthouse. So in the book, when Ben gets attacked at the bunker, here's the lighthouse, here's the distance between them. And so you can see that it's really not much of a walk to get from the lighthouse to the bunker. And there we are up close. It has seen better days, but you know, thing's almost 80 years old and very close proximity to the lighthouse. As I said, 22 rooms. It was built to be self-sufficient and house a crew. It was later used as a communication station, and then it was abandoned completely. There you see the seagrass. Here's an aerial view. I wish that we had views from inside. Never had this glitch like this, but it's a lovely lighthouse. Here you got somebody who's kind of trying to take a poke inside. It was built to last, plenty of concrete. So we'll be coming back to the Battery, I'm sure, in future books. Now here we have Cape May Point State Park, which is all around the lighthouse. Got some nice walkways, beautiful beach views, some nice nature trails. So I totally recommend spending a weekend or longer here. There is a very, very active cultural group, the Mid-Atlantic Center for the Arts and Humanities, which of course is the inspiration for Jackson's Arts Center. And there's also a very large live theater and arts group in Cape May. So that was the inspiration for Jackson and all of his Broadway background. So you can see lots of maritime history here. Let's go to that observation tower. So there's an observation tower and there's also a World War II lookout tower. Some beautiful views, and I love to be able to share locations with you because I know that not everybody is who's reading the books is in the US. Not everybody who's reading the books is from the East Coast. Getting places nowadays is much harder than it used to be, and we can't all have the time to go everywhere. So I love to be able to share the locations because I try very hard to make the location a character in the books and to make the book something that couldn't happen the same way anywhere else. And what is a beach town without a shipwreck? Now, the SS Atlantis is a concrete ship. Yes, concrete can float under the right conditions. This one didn't float forever. It will show up in the third book. It's just out there. Of course, over time, it has become more embedded in the seafloor and has sunk. But you've got Sunset Beach, which is just down from the lighthouse, and you've got the Atlanticus wreck. So just part of the history. You can see an old pier there. Now the Emblem Physic Estate is, haven't used it in the book. I will probably fictionalize it if I do. We did tour it, and it is a beautiful tour. It's a gorgeous house if you ever get a chance to go. The docents are terrific. As you can see, it's got woodwork, which is my, kryptonite. I love woodwork in an old home, but the details are gorgeous. It was owned by a bachelor physician who lived all his life with his mother, and they lived very comfortably. It is said to be very haunted. Everything in Cape May is said to be very haunted. They have since put in a lovely little cafe on the grounds where you can have afternoon tea, which I highly recommend. And they had a lot of comforts. As you can see, it's a very well-appointed home. Billiard table. This thing just keeps jumping. Lovely home, very large for two people, especially when it was two people without a family. And they have it set up as if the Physic family just got up and walked away for an afternoon stroll and haven't come back yet. Got some of the cars that were owned by the family. Of course, everything gets decorated for Christmas. But you can see some of the details. I love the wallpaper in the house. There are some really beautiful sections, and the mantles and the fireplace surrounds were amazing. And I have posted some pictures that we took, I think in the World's Morgan Brice group, and I've also posted them on Continual as one of the destination researches. Look at that old stove. And again, that intricate wallpaper and the woodwork, the bedrooms. We did not get any supernatural activity when we went. We weren't really looking for that, but your mileage may vary. Now, there's also a World War II lookout tower, different from the observation tower. And of course, what were they looking for? They were looking for Nazi submarines, and they there's a fort across the bay in Delaware. And so they were trying to protect the coast. I have not been to the observation tower. I have a bucket list for the next time we go. Can't wait to be able to go back because some of those details that I wrote in the book, especially about that restaurant with the fire pits, are true. And I really want to go back there for a cocktail and sitting by the fire pit. But you can see this is a well done small museum for the lookout tower. Now let's look at the Sisters of St. Joseph's. Now this is going to show up in a future book, probably book 3. This was a convent and retreat center. And I say was because the church has sold it, sisters have sold it. And I think at the moment in real life, it's going to be turned into condos. But that of course is not its future in the books because there's going to be something paranormal going on there. But you've got some nice beach views. It would have been a lovely retreat center and large place. Plenty of, oh, there's that lighthouse in the sunset. And I don't know that this goes inside, but it does give you an idea of the size of the place. Let's look at that. All right, so the Inn at Cape May, this one you can go inside. It is on the cover of Treasure Trail. It is absolutely gorgeous Victorian era hotel, huge, haunted, as they say. And the downstairs area here is a restaurant. They serve an amazing brunch. So if you are there, make sure you go and get the waffles. Nice, comfortable, modern amenities. Of course, the rooms have been modernized. The downstairs floors kept very Victorian. They have a lot of Victorian tchotchkes, glassware, paintings. It's just chock full of that on the first floor. Gorgeous porch for sitting and watching and rocking. Ah, this thing just keeps jumping me. You can get carriage rides there. There you get a sense of it is not only this large Victorian structure, but they have also built on more modern rooms behind. And yes, the food is that good. But I love the rooms. They're big, they're spacious. The dining room is gorgeous. The food is great. What's not to love? And the view is terrific. Angel of the Sea is another bed and breakfast. Now, when we in Treasure Trail, of course, Nolan Real Estate owns a lot of vacation homes, condos, apartments, and bed and breakfasts, as well as houses to rent, seasonal houses. So in my mind, the Angel of the Sea is like one of the bed and breakfasts that Nolan guest houses that Nolan Real Estate rents. And so when Ben gets thrown across the room into the window seat by an angry ghost, this is the sort of place I picture it happening. Now, of course, Angel of the Sea is a bed and breakfast, so it's got dining facilities as well for its guests. Also said to be haunted, but truly a really beautiful place. And you can see that the owners have taken great care with all of the provisions, and look at those desserts. Gorgeous beachfront, nice decorations. Oh, I really want to go back. And I love the woodwork and I love the period decor, and so much of it is authentic and gorgeous. You know, it is a beach, and Cape May has a gorgeous beach for Erik and Ben to walk along. And of course, there's the Cape May beach, and then further down here by the lighthouse, which you could walk, but it's a couple of miles. As I recall, it was a long walk if you wanted to take it, but it is not separated by anything, so you can certainly get there. So you can see there's the wreck, there's the lookout tower, here's the battery and the observation tower and Sisters of St. Joseph's. And this is more downtown. This area around the Washington Street Mall, that's that walkable area. Rusty Nail is the real location that inspired the spike with the fire pits. So let's look at the beach itself because it is gorgeous. And of course, so here you see, again, some of the guest houses with the Victorian homes, all with beachfront views, the walkways. It is really a lovely beach. Of course, it is that ship is kind of iconic for the beach. We were there in the off season. We were there the first time we went to help scope things out. We were there in the fall. The second time we went for the actual wedding, we were there in the early spring before the real season started because rates were cheaper, which is an important thing when you're planning a wedding. So we didn't really get beach time per se, other than for some nice long walks. But this is it's a lovely beach. And there you can see kind of the walkway and what I mean about it being elevated above the seawall. So you're not on a boardwalk per se, like you might expect from Virginia Beach or Atlantic City or Myrtle Beach. Got some wonderful old restaurants that are in old houses. Again, I don't take the pictures and I don't know why it's skipping, but I'll take every chance to look at the lighthouse that I can because it is gorgeous. So there you have the beach itself. Now, I also mentioned in Treasure Trail that Erik and Ben go to watch the sunset at what might seem to be an improbable place, the Lowe's Ferry terminal. Actually, the Lowe's Ferry terminal, the brand new terminal, has a beautiful modern beautiful modern event facility here on the second floor with panoramic windows, and that's where my daughter had her wedding. Absolutely gorgeous. Actually, I think it's on this side, but it mirrors that round area. And we have been on the Lowe's Ferry. Yeah, this is the event area over here, not the round departure terminal. Gorgeous place, by the way, to have a wedding. And Ben and Erik go watch the sunset from this balcony, which, let me tell you, if you are ever in Cape May, that is a gorgeous place to watch the sun go down over the harbor. The ferry trip is fun. It has both passengers and cars, takes you over to Delaware, cuts, good 45 minutes to an hour off your drive. You've got a seawall coming out here, and there are usually people walking the seawall or fishing off of it. So there is a stretch of beach there and a picnic pavilion. It's a lovely ride, about half an hour, I think. They have a snack shop and a lounge area and, yes, a gift shop. Beautiful area, nice gift shop at the ferry terminal as well. There's actually a gift shop and a snack place on the boat itself, as you see here. It is a lovely, relaxing ride, even if you just ride over and back. Washington Street Mall, and we're going to jump from there down here to what passes for the downtown commercial district, and you'll see a mix of some lovely local things. I'm not sure which church that is, but it is gorgeous. And as I said, I have a lot left to explore when we go back. But you've got a mix of local boutiques, some touristy stuff, some ice cream, and some lovely bistros. There's a wonderful little Christmas shop there. You can also, there's also a stop for the trolley that takes you on tours, as well as the tourist trolley that just takes you around town. It's free or minimal cost. And so yes, it's just really a nice place to stroll on a summer evening or a nice fall evening. You'll find just about everything from a surfboard and skateboards to anything else you might want. Now let's look down here at the Rusty Nail. This, of course, inspired the Spike in the books, and really enjoyed both the food and the atmosphere. It's got an indoor dining area. Here's the picnic table. So in Treasure Trail, when Ben and Erik first meet on that unfortunate Tinder date that turned out not to be a great idea, this is where Erik goes to meet up with his date, accidentally, of course, meets up with Ben, who's there with his cousin Sean and some of Sean's friends. But you can see this is exactly, here's the bar where Erik meets up with Ben for the very first time. You come back to this location in Treasure Trail. You see the fire pits. I think there's actually a second fire pit with more seating that is out of the shot. Over here, you have the cornhole, and they have a little stage where you can get, where there's live music from time to time. So it is just truly a lovely place to come hang out. You're not exactly on the beach, but you can see it from there. And it's just very chill. Of course, there's an indoor bar as well. They've got some signature cocktails. That fireplace is lovely. And so food is great. I'm big on food. So yeah, I highly recommend the Rusty Nail. Now the Cape May Mac is, of course, the inspiration for Jackson's Art Center, as I mentioned before. You're going to see a few of the properties that it oversees, not only the Physic Estate, but some other, boy, that docent really got in a lot of pictures. There you see the trolley that will take you around and get you from here to there. Most of the restaurants are in converted houses, except for that Washington Street Mall. Some of the shops are as well. There you get a better look at the mall area. We're back in the Physic House. There's the observation tower. A few glimpses of the Physics House. Oh, I guess she does the trolley too. They get around. We've been on the ghost tour. Of course we were, because that's what I do. And let's see. So now we're going to skip up the beach to Wildwood. And I mention Wildwood just because this is where Sean, Ben's cousin, that he is very, very close to, is. Sean, of course, wanted to run a food truck, and he didn't want to take over the family rental business, which is how Ben ends up being able to stay in Cape May. Wildwood is theme parks and much more lively. Cape May is very staid, kind of old money. It's definitely not for loud music and lots of excitement, although it does have a nice arcade. But you can see this is really much more what you might be expecting from a beach vacation. And so this is where Sean has gone, and he's running his Put a Ring on It onion ring food truck and living his best life. And of course, Sean shows up and plays a very important role in Blink. Just giving you a bit of an idea of when I say he's not very far away, he's not very far away. Great White, of course, is the big roller coaster there. Looks like a lot of fun. And there you get a great view of the roller coaster and that amusement park and the Wildwood Beach. Not far away at all from Cape May, but a whole different feel. Now, the Cape May Historical Society, again, we're coming back to downtown Cape May. A lot of preservation of old houses, and you know, nothing makes me sadder than to see a beautiful Victorian house that has not been taken care of. And of course, they're very expensive to take care of. So seeing so many that are well preserved and maintained just did my heart good. Again, I don't control the pictures here, so I'm never entirely sure what we're going to see. But here is the Nature Center of Cape May. If you want to go to Cape May and just have a nice quiet walk with nature, this is a great place to go. And of course, some of these locations, if I haven't used them yet in the book, there's always new places coming up and new books. So there will be opportunities in the future. By the way, there are also some lovely wineries and craft breweries that do local brew in Cape May. I reference those. I reference the brewery at least, but I highly recommend the wineries. So we've got some other Colonial House Museum, nice appreciation for history. Haven't been to this one, but there's always the next trip. And I love to walk through homes that are preserved and restored and furnished like the people who owned them just went out for a walk. I love being able to see history as it would have been lived. And, you know, sometimes minus the TV and some gadgets, a lot of the time it looks very familiar. Got a wildlife center as well. And I think we're going to get some shots of no shenanigans. I really love that. Got some beach shots here. There we are at the concrete shipwreck. So this is further down. There we have the Lowe's Ferry coming in, rainbow. It's just a beautiful, I don't know who the people are, but you know, just give me the ocean and I'm pretty happy. So yes, that concrete shipwreck will show up in the next book. Cold Spring Village, which I did not know about until I was putting this together. It is actually a living history village. It's open during the summer, which of course means that you have period authentic costumed interpreters who have regained many of the skills from past eras, like using a blacksmith's forge. So this is on my bucket list for a visit. Didn't know about it, but now I definitely want to go back. And there's the Cold Spring Brewery. Cape May definitely has an appreciation for its past, and I think it does a nice job of blending the past and present. So you can see they have a working farm there. There's also a Harriet Tubman Museum that I did not know about until I started putting this together. So some of these pictures didn't show up in the first two books, but there will be more books. And so we will see plenty more places. This is showing Harriet Tubman's role with the Underground Railroad. and the Cape May's role in that. And while I did not use the Harriet Tubman Museum in the Treasure Trail books yet, the Underground Railroad plays an important part in Rogue, which is a Storm and Fury story written under my Gale name. Here's the Aviation Museum. Again, haven't used it yet, but there's no moratorium on good ideas. So if you like planes, this is a great place to come see them from a variety of eras. Did use the small aviation monument in Myrtle Beach in the short story Cover Me, which is a Badlands story. And then we have the Forgotten Warriors Vietnam Memorial, which I also didn't know about until I was putting this together. But again, gonna have to check it off my list. Go check it out. Cape May, if you haven't caught on yet, is a great place no matter what your vacation style is like. But I wanted to take you there because I just immediately fell in love with the town and knew I needed to set a series there. I enjoy mentally returning to Cape May every time I write a new Treasure Trail story or book. And so I hope you have enjoyed taking a look at Cape May, and hope you enjoy the books. Hope you've gotten a chance to grab Blink. So that's it for now. I will see you online. Thanks for watching.